And last, even when a study or experiment has successfully avoided bias and has been well done, there's still an element of variation. So, for example, if we took 5 different random samples of 100 college students and calculated their average textbook cost, we wouldn't expect to get the same exact average for each sample. This is due to what's called sampling variation. So let's talk about what this is. So to account for this, what ends up happening is you're going to see in research, they publish what's called a margin of error or a confidence interval for their statistics. These numbers describe the precision of the estimate for a certain confidence level. All right, so let's look at this example. The candidate has a 54% of the likely voters plus or minus 3%. So what does this mean? So the 3% is called the margin of error. So what the margin of error is it gives us kind of what's called a wiggle room or a give or take for our sample statistic and describing that population parameter. The confidence interval is found by adding and subtracting the margin of error from the sample statistic. This interval is likely to include what's actually the true population parameter. So if we go back and look at this percentage for the poll, this means that the true percentage of voters that are likely voters for the candidate is, so they said 54% plus or minus 3%. So that true population parameter is going to fall between 54% minus 3%, which is 51%, and 54% plus 3%, which is 57%. So even though they gave that 54%, it doesn't mean it will definitely be 54%. It will most likely fall between 51 and 57%. So let's look at an example. Let's say we asked a random sample of 100 students at Portland Community College and found that they spent an average of $451.32 on books their first year, plus or minus $85.63. Write this as a confidence interval. So if this was being written as a confidence interval, we would take, so that first value is going to be $451.32 minus $85.63. And then the end of our interval is $451.32 plus $85.63, which gives a confidence interval of $365.69 and the largest value in the interval, $536.95. So what this means is if I took a random person from Portland Community College or any college and looked at what they spent on books their first year, it is going to most likely fall. Most people will say it's between $365.69 and $536.95. So most of the data is going to fall within those two values.